Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared2 here bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the TIE/SF Space Superiority fighter. This was a Starfighter model used by the First Order, a specialized version of the TIE/FO Space Authority fighter. It was a two-seater, unlike previous TIE models, and was outfitted with enhanced weapons and sensor systems as well as hyperdrives and deflector shields. The TIE/SF was reserved for members of the First Order's elite special forces, and on the lower side of the vehicle, directly below the primary fuel tank, was a turret containing a pair of heavy laser cannons and a mag pulse warhead launcher. Overall, this fighter is really cool and definitely a decked out I was about to say tri-fighter, a TIE fighter for sure. This particular TIE fighter can be seen in The Force Awakens when Poe and Finn are escaping the Star Destroyer in the beginning of the movie, and they crash on Jakku and get shot down. This is the type of fighter that they were in, and it's overall really cool. So anyways, it's Star Wars tutorials are back, guys. I just got done seeing the new Star Wars movie. Let me say, guys, it was absolutely amazing. The Last Jedi. If you guys have not seen it already, go see it. It's absolutely fantastic and such a great movie. I absolutely loved it. What they did with it was just fantastic. So anyways, going ahead and taking a look at it. I'm going to be doing a lot of Star Wars builds. I'm really inspired, really. You see we got a bunch of the X-Wings, some of the Resistance builds. I also have a few more of the First Order builds as well coming, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be really awesome, guys. But anyways, let's just go ahead and take a look at the TIE fighters and see this TIE fighter and see what we got going on here. Of course, you got the color scheme that the First Order rolls with. It's pretty much a inverse of the Imperial design. So where there was black for the Imperials, it's now gray, and where there was gray, there's now black. This one in particular can really be distinguished by it has like a red little marking on the side here, on the left side of the vehicle, which is a bit different from the standard TIE fighter, which is just completely solid black all the way around. It also has the turret on the bottom here, which, as I mentioned earlier, the heavy turbo laser turret on the bottom, that would be controlled by the rear gunner. You also have the little antennas there for sensors and all that stuff, I would imagine. And on the back here you have obviously the little viewport there, the window for the rear gunner and all that stuff. So overall, really cool design. I love the way it came out. It's overall relatively simple build, but it definitely looks good, and I love the way it came out. Anyways, that's going to do it for this overview, and let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, we start off with layer 1. Layer 1 is going to be very simple. We're just going to be going ahead and starting off by the very bottom of basically the cockpit, the fuselage section, which is just going to be these turbo lasers on the bottom here. Now, if you are building this thing landed, you're going to want to make sure that you give yourself plenty of space for these, obviously the wings that kind of come out on the sides here, panels, I don't know what you really want to call them, but these things right here if you're having this landed. Now, the TIE fighter is able to land just on these wings themselves, so to basically go ahead and have this thing, you're going to want to make sure that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 blocks of basically space. The stone brick top slabs are going to be at the 6th block, so technically it's 5.5 blocks. But your slab's going to be at the top slab level right here, the 6th block. So make sure you guys have plenty of space built up for this thing and all that stuff. The dimensions are at the beginning of the video again if you want to refer back to those before we go ahead and get started here. Now, to go ahead and get started, you're going to want to place down a row 3 of stone brick top slabs, followed by 2 end rods coming off on either side, like so. So just like this on both sides for the barrels of the 2 twin laser cannons, just like that. And that's going to be the very bottom of it, so something like so. Once you have that done, that's it for layer 1. With that, we can move on to layer 2. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our next layer, we'll be going ahead and moving on to layer 2. For layer 2, we're going to go ahead and just take some black wool. We're going to place down a black wool block on the very center stone brick top slab on that row 3. We're going to go ahead and place down an upside down nether brick stair, going all the way around like so, just around like that. Now coming out toward whatever the way you want this thing facing, we're going to have our thing facing this way with the guns, and of course this turret could turn all the way and face the rear if you want it as well. But to basically have this all facing forward in uniform, we're going to place down 1 and 2 nether brick top slabs coming off this upside down nether brick stair, 1 and 2, like down on both sides, followed by wither skeleton skulls on the very end, like that, to go ahead and basically make those 2 cannons here, which are pretty much the main armament on the TIE fighter, which I believe are pilot controlled. Anyways, that's going to do it for layer 2, and with that we can move on to layer 3. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our next layer, we'll be going ahead and moving on to layer 3. Now for layer 3, what we want to do is you want to go ahead and start by taking a black stained glass block. We're going to place it down right over here on this above the space in between these two nether brick top slabs kind of over the space like so. We then want to place down an upside down stone brick stair on both sides like that. After you guys have that done, we then want to go ahead and go to the sides here. We're going to place down a nether brick upside down stair like that, coming off an angle from the stone brick stair, black wool block, and a nether brick upside down stair just like that. We're also going to place down a black wool block on the back of the stair to cover up the space that we have on the bottom here. Since these guns are facing forward and the nether brick top slab is covering over the space, we just want to go ahead and place down the black wool block back like this. We then want to place down a nether brick upside down stair like this going back, black wool block next to it, nether brick upside down stair, black wool block, nether brick upside down stair, black wool block, and nether brick upside down stair. So you have basically a circular looking shape like so. With that all done, we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some levers, and this is technically from the previous layer. We're going to go ahead and place down levers on the bottom of these black wool blocks all the way around to go ahead and kind of give it a little bit more shaping like so. And one thing actually that we want to do is we actually want to go ahead and go to the side here where this black wool block is. We're going to place down a red stained clay block and two brick stairs, and this is on the left side of the cockpit, and that's meant to kind of represent that red marking that the ship has on the side of it. Now with that complete, we then want to go ahead and place down a nether brick top slab coming off the black wool block on this side and the red stained clay block over here on this side. And once you have that complete, we then want to go ahead and take black wool blocks. We're going to place down 1 and 2. Going over this side, we're going to place down 1 and 2 black wool blocks, and we're going to place down nether brick upside down stairs, come off those black wool blocks like this on both sides like so. We also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone button, and we're going to take some stone buttons, and we're just going to place down 1 and 2 on the bottom of those black wool blocks, and then 1 and 2 like that on both sides. Now with that complete, we then want to take our black wool blocks. We're going to place down a row of 3 across like so, and then we just want to go and do kind of what we did right here. So a black wool block, a nether brick stair on either side of it like so, to kind of create a little bit of a circular shape there. And then we're going to place down a stone button on the very end black wool block right there, just like that. And once you guys have that done, we're just going to copy it over to the other side. So row 3 of black wool block in the center, nether brick upside down stair like this on both sides, and a stone button on the very center black wool block like that. And then that row 3 of black wool is going to also indicate where these obviously these panels or the wings are going to be put in. So anyways, that's going to do it for layer 3, and with that we can move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our next layer, we're going to be going ahead and moving on to layer 4. Now for layer 4, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start off by going to our front glass up here in the front. We're going to place down a row of 3 of black stained glass that goes all the way across like that. After you have that done, we're going to place down a row of 3 on the brick stairs and the red stained clay blocks. And that's on the left side again, where our red marking is. Over here on the right side, we're just going to place down a row of 3 of black wool. With that done, we then want to take black stained glass, place down a row of 3 across the back here. And then over here on this side, we're going to place down 1 red stained clay block back and 1 black wool block back. And again, a stone button on both sides like that to kind of create a back window here. And also the front one like that for obviously the back gunner and also the pilot there in the front. With that done, we then want to place down a black wool block on top of those 2 nether brick top slabs, followed by cobblestone wall on those either side of this black wool block, just like that. With that done, we want to take our black wool again, place down a row of 3, followed by a second row of 3. We're then going to place down a row of 2 stone buttons, row of 2 stone buttons, and go over here on this side. We're going to go and do the same thing. So just our stone buttons like this on both sides. After you have that done, we're going to place down another row of 3 of black wool. We're not going to place down stone buttons on this because this is part of the wings that we're going to get to a little bit later. It'll just be easier for us to work on them a little bit later. So we're going to place down a row of 3 here. And then we're going to go ahead and place down black wool block on either side here and a mossy cobblestone wall in the very center and stone buttons on these black wool blocks like that. Same thing over here, just like this, both sides, and a cobblestone wall. And also a, believe we actually want to go and place down stone buttons on the sides here of these 2 black wool blocks. And again, this is going to be on both sides here. We're going to do it just like that. Once you guys have that all complete, that's going to do it for layer 4, and with that we can go ahead and move on to layer 5. Alright guys, going ahead and moving on to our next layer, we'll be going ahead and move on to layer 5. Now for layer 5, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a black stained glass block on top of the center one right here, followed by a stone brick stair like that on both sides. After you guys have that done, we're then going to go and go to this row of 4 of red stained clay. We're going to place down a brick stair like this, red stained clay block, and a brick stair like so. Over here on this side, we're just going to do the same thing, but with nether brick and black wool. So nether brick stair, black wool, nether brick stair like that. Along the back here, we're going to go ahead and just take our nether brick stairs. We're going to place down 1 oops, my bad, 1 and 2, with a space of 1 in the middle and just a black wool block in the front there. Again, kind of keep continuing this shape that we have kind of going on for this build. Once you have that done, go into the sides here. We're going to place down a nether brick half slab on top of that black wool block on both sides. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 of black wool after the nether brick half slab. Same thing like this on this side. After you have that done, on both sides, we're going to place down 1 and 2 nether brick stairs, 1 and 2 nether brick stairs, and same thing over here, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, like that on both sides. Then we're going to place down a black wool block on either side, giving us a row of 3. So just like that, both sides. And then just a nether brick stair, like that, on both sides. So same thing over here, like so. And then on the very end here, we're just going to place down a stone button. Same thing over here, just like that, to basically go ahead and form up the sides there. And with that, that's going to do it for layer 5. And with that, we can go and move on to layer 6. I believe we're going to do layer 6 and 7 just to complete the fuselage. And then we're going to be moving on to putting the panels on. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to layers 5 and 6. Alright guys, so moving on to layers 6 and 7. Now for layers 6 and 7, we're going to go ahead and start off by basically just getting the roof put on this thing. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and basically place down a black wool block in the very center of our circular shape, just like that. We then want to place down a nether brick stair that comes off both sides, or basically all 4 sides of this block, like so. And then we're just going to place down a nether brick half slab in the corners, like so, around like that. Now, we also want to go ahead and do it on this corner as well. Now, once you get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick stair on top of this nether brick stair, like so, with a wither skeleton skull that comes off of it. And this is only on the right side. You're not going to do this on the left side, just the right side. And then on top of the wither skeleton skull, we're going to place down an end rod, and on top of the nether brick stair, we're going to place down a nether brick fence post, like that. Now, once you have that done, we also want to go and take some levers. We're going to go and place it down around the cockpit on the black wool blocks and also the red stained clay blocks, like that, again for more detail and shaping. We want to grab ourselves some stone buttons. We're going to place down 1 on the top here, and we're also going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone buttons right like this out to the sides here on both sides. And once you guys have that done, that's going to basically do it for the fuselage of the aircraft. Now that's pretty much all that's left for us to do, is just to go ahead and put the panels on the wings, and that will pretty much be good to go with the build. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to the wings. Now, a quick question for you guys. Do you guys actually call these wings on the TIE Fighter, or you call them panels? I honestly don't know what to call them, so we're going to go ahead and just go with wings. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and basically start off with going to this kind of 3x3 square we have built here. As you can see, we kind of have this area already kind of built off. You can see it's rounded around these sections in this kind of square around here. We're going to build off the square portion and get this thing built up. We're going to do the black outline for it, and then we can go ahead and, obviously fill it in with polished andesite. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our black wool, and we're going to go ahead and go out a total of 5 blocks. So we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now with that done, we then want to go ahead and go up 1 black wool block and also down 1 black wool block. We're going to place down a nether brick stair on both ends, like so. After you have that done, we're going to go ahead and go from this stair at an angle, place down a black wool block, 1 more up, and a nether brick stair like so. So you get something that looks like that, a little bit of a slant here going for the panel. And we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. So 1 black wool block down, 2, and a nether brick upside down stair. Going ahead and going up, we're going to place down at an angle. From the stair, we're going to place down a black wool block, followed by 1 more up, and a nether brick stair like so. Then after you have that done, of course, we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom here and do the same thing. If all lined up well and you guys have this thing perfectly set up and all that, if you have this thing landed, the stair should be touching the ground. Now for the stairs here, we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7 black wool blocks back. Alright, so after this row of 7 here of black wool, we're then going to place down a nether brick stair, followed by 1 and 2 black wool blocks down. We then want to go ahead and go out, place down a nether brick stair like that, and then go down 1 and 2 black wool. Exactly how we did over here, so if you need to look over on this side, it's pretty much the same thing we did over on that side. Nether brick stair coming off like so, 1, 2, and 3 black wool blocks down, nether brick stair upside down like that on the bottom, 2 black wool blocks down, nether brick upside down stair on the bottom, 2 black wool blocks down, and again a nether brick stair on the bottom, like so. In between these nether brick stairs, just a row of black wool in between to go ahead and form up the shape that looks just like that. Now with that complete, we then want to go ahead and take our black wool. We're going to go ahead and basically connect these rows here if you haven't already. So it's going to connect from the center black wool block in this row 3 to the very center like that. We then want to go ahead and go up here, so we're going to go ahead and go to this black wool block. We're going to go ahead and go up 1 and 2. We're going to go out in an angle, place down 1 and 2 up like that, and go out at an angle and place down an arrow 2 that go up like so. Over here on this side, we're going to go ahead and repeat the same process, just like that. Then on the bottom here, we're going to go ahead and basically do the same thing. So, just like this going down, same thing over here, just like that going up. So you get something that looks just like that. After you have that done, we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves polished andesite, and we're going to basically fill in all the space in here. So it may take a little bit, but you're going to want to just go ahead and take your polished andesite and just fill this all in like so. So basically you're just going to go ahead and fill in the empty spaces. We kind of have the skeleton of the panel set up, so just go ahead and kind of fill it in like so, and I'll see you guys once I get it filled in. Alright guys, so once you have the panel filled in, as you can see, you should just have a nice big polished andesite block right here, or polished andesite, fin or wing, whatever you want to call it, filled in like so. Now to go ahead and add the little details on, we're simply going to go ahead and take some stone buttons. We're going to place down a row. Let's just go straight up from that right there, and a row also on the bottom here of stone buttons. Just adds a little bit of detail to the build. I think it looks nice, so just like that. Then going out on the angles here, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone buttons, and then 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3 out like that. We also want to go ahead and go to the black wool blocks. We're going to go and place down some levers like that and flick them so that they're basically going down or up, connecting to these nether brick stairs, so you get something that looks like that from the side. We then want to go ahead and go over to this side. We're going to go and pretty much repeat the same process. So just like that. And again, you're going to take your stone buttons and go up, go down like this, and you're also going to go ahead and go at an angle like so for it. Same thing over here on this side. Exactly what we did on the other side here. We're just copying the same details over. See, this one was a little messed up there. It's supposed to be like that. So just like that, basically for the panels there. Very simple. And you're going to take that design and just copy it over to the air side, and you'll have both wings complete there, and pretty much be done with the build. And once you guys copy the wing over to the air side, you guys are done with the TIE SF Space Superiority Fighter. Hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial and able to get through this all right and have this thing built in your world. Obviously, it's a really awesome build. It came out really cool and probably one of my favorite designs for the TIE Fighter. I think that the two double cockpit and all that stuff is really cool, and just seeing the movies and stuff, it's really awesome. Anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be a thing from the side of the build to into my channel or this video. If there's a page social media sites, just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for in doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it helps continue to keep me inspired to keep on posting. So be sure to give me credit if you guys do end up using it, and you guys are free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on, as long as you guys do. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.